Welcome to the official reboot of the Taxverse podcast experience. If you are a new listener, welcome. If you are a previous subscriber, thank you for sticking around. I want to first start by introducing myself to all of our new listeners. My name is Zach Kreitz. I have been in the tax industry for over 17 years and now work with CrossLink as a senior marketing manager. As part of this reboot, we will be bringing on my good friend and colleague here at CrossLink, Tanner Nickles. Tanner is an enrolled agent who currently works in our QA department as an analyst and will bring a wealth of knowledge to the show. So sit back and enjoy the show as Tanner and I have an interesting discussion about the topics going on in the industry today. So what are you doing in QA right now? QA master, by the way. I think
that's what they call me. Clo businesses just dropped like 30 some tickets because they're adding the expansion for all the states. So they're busy.
Nice.
Have a few states popping in, a few Fed tickets every now and then. Had a few this morning. A little Alabama update.
So this part of the year is not as busy as tax season, obviously.
Right.
So tax season for you or QA department, is it just everything's on fire or is it just moving pretty quickly?
I live here for January and February. But this year is pretty calm. But with all the little changes, especially the expansion of Clo business, there's quite a bit going on right now.
Yeah. How's it work for, like, because you're on the East Coast compared to the majority of the teams on the West Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know Mike gets up still probably the same time you do. That's crazy, but
before I am even here. It kind of works out in the aspect of I'm busy in the morning. I got a little bit of calm in the afternoon and busier in the evening. But for question purposes or sending ticket backs and getting responses, I'm not getting anything for 4 or 5 hours after I've already sent it back to them. So that kind of slows things down a tad. But overall, it's kind of nice to have that little bit of buffer in the day.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I'd just cry under my desk. I already do.
Yeah, I noticed on the IRS thing, we're going to talk about the scams that we wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
One of them being the scams directed to the seniors.
Yeah, I guess probably be an easier target because they're the ones that are going to either be answering the phone calls from a random number or emails and not really paying attention to it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think that's who all these scams are probably targeting is the seniors, the individuals that aren't used to, I would say, more of the technology or what's actually going on, as they're kind of out of tune with things like that and just like, this is a real thing.
Yeah,
and I'm just clicking this button, and it's like, no.
And it directs them into, then the other aspect of it too, the strange thing that people fall for is, like it says in here, is like asking for gift cards as sort of payments.
Which can you scroll down, Batul, on that?
Which I think would seem odd to a lot of people, but maybe
right down there. Yeah, right there.
Thinking so, like, the specified payment methods. So like, IRS is never going to ask for cryptocurrency or wire transfers or gift cards.
I couldn't imagine an older individual senior wanting to do anything with cryptocurrency. Yeah, he's like, unless they were like, I want some coins.
Yeah.
So,
what is that? I saw there's a good show. It's called Trafficked, where they did like an episode on scammers and such, and like a lot of them they'll ask for like Target gift cards.
What do you mean?
Like, have people go to Target and buy gift cards and either A, mail them, or B, a lot of the times tell the code off the back of it so they can take the money off of that.
The scammer asks someone to go get a gift card?
Mm-hmm.
and this happens?
This happens. And people fall for it.
Never heard of such a thing.
It's a good show.
That's crazy. Another thing I saw from the IRS, and I think they just put this out yesterday. Patul, can you click on this first article? The first tab? Yeah. So the IRS actually came out and submitted like an apology on this case. Scroll up at the top. Yeah, this Ken Griffin's data leak. So the IRS ends this settlement. I think they ended it out of courts. This Ken Griffin took the IRS to court, and basically because they had a contractor, his name was Charles Littlejohn, I believe.
It's a fantastic name, by the way.
Littlejohn?
Littlejohn.
Scroll down, Batul. Keep going.
It's in the second paragraph, I think.
Yeah.
Third. Yeah.
So this Charles Littlejohn was a contractor by the IRS, and I guess leaked tax return information on this Griffin. But if we also remember back, I think this was is it January or February? In January, he was sentenced.
Yeah.
But this is the guy that leaked President Donald Trump's tax return, along with some, Elon's and some other billionaires' information. It was all leaked in this guy. I guess he exported the information in from like multiple devices without the IRS knowing, and I think they busted him. But yeah, I guess this guy sued the IRS because of it, and yesterday they came out with an apology. And I guess they settled things out of court. But I thought that was pretty interesting little tidbit there.
Yeah, it's wild that there's no real oversight. I mean, they're dealing with millions of pieces of information, and some guy just grabs it and leaks it.
I mean, this Littlejohn guy, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that he's tied up in a lot more than just him having a random niche to export some information.
Yeah.
But how do you think you're even going to get away with something like that?
Well, I don't know. There's so many people involved with it. Hopefully it didn't leak back to him, but obviously it did. Thought was strange, though, is what did they actually settle for when they didn't actually have any financial implications?
And you mean the out-of-court settlement?
Mm-hmm. They said originally seeking $1,000 in damage for each unauthorized disclosure, but eventually settled for no damages.
No clue.
So what's going on there?
They just gave him a yacht.
Well, maybe.
One of the things I want to touch on was the trade show. So we are currently at a trade show, Latino Tax Fest in Vegas right now. We have a team out there putting on the trade shows. A couple weeks ago, we did the Florida, the FICPA event, Mega.
Mm-hmm.
We've never attended one of those.
What is the FICPA Mega?
So it's just the Florida CPA organization.
Gotcha.
So they put on a event each year called Mega. I think this was maybe the third time they've done it. And they have a bunch of continuing education credits, just like any other trade shows. But yeah, it was good. I attended that one. We had a booth and got to see kind of that, side of the industry.
Yeah. Is that more just CPAs attending?
Yeah, it was nothing but CPAs. So, it's not necessarily, not all CPAs file tax returns, right? So, you
Right.
can have just a normal CPA. But yeah, it was interesting. It was a good event, good space. It was at the Lowe's. I don't know how Sapphire. So, Lois.
I don't know.
I don't.
Why didn't you go to Vegas?
It's John went to Vegas, so boss went to Vegas, and I think that's a really big event, especially for the Latino side of the industry there.
Mm-hmm.
We also go into all the IRS nationwide tax forums. So Chicago's coming up. Any tips on Chicago food? What do you like to eat in Chicago? I know you've been.
Got to get pizza.
Giordano's.
Giordano's, Geno's, Luminaldi's. Delicious.
That's the one I kept forgetting about. What was that one?
Luminaldi. I can't ever pronounce it right. Malnati's.
Lou's.
It's easier to say Lou's.
Deep dish pizza.
There's that, and there's this one Italian sandwich shop. Get a dip sandwich. It's delicious. I never remember the name of it, though. And then Portillo's.
For the dogs.
And Italian sandwiches.
Okay.
Get you a chocolate cake shake, too.
I don't
Feel real good about yourself.
Yeah, it would not be good. Speaking of feeling good about myself, I told you yesterday that I went and did some red light therapy.
Oh, jeez.
So for Father's Day, my wife gave me this pass to a place called Restore. They just do nothing but recovery and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and tried it out. So they had red light therapy. So I did that for 20 minutes, which it was all right. Got hot and just really bright. And
is that all it is? Just sit in a red room for a while?
So I thought I would be like sitting or laying down. I had to stand there for 20 minutes.
Ugh.
But anyways, they have cryotherapy. Have you heard of cryotherapy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it's like this big, huge refrigerator, like see-through refrigerator. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So I get in there.
You did the cryotherapy.
I did the cryotherapy. So what I had to do was I basically put this towel on, had a beanie, mask, gloves, socks, and slippers.
And that's it.
That's it. I get in this.
It's a little weird the thing's see-through then.
Well, I had this like towel on.
Okay.
But trust me, you can't see. So I get in. She's like, this light's going to turn green. Open the door. Go ahead and get in. So I open the door. As soon as I open the door, it's just nothing but like steam or
like liquid nitrogen that cools it?
I don't know what cools it. It's negative 150 degrees in this thing.
Why would you do that?
So I go in there. You could only be in there like 2 minutes. And so I'm in there like trying not to panic the whole time. And she's like playing music. And like, I just remember sitting there like, when's this going to end? And like 30 seconds I left in the time, I finally remember or saw that there's a clock there the whole freaking time. So, because you can't really see, it's just nothing but
steam rolling
steam everywhere. And it's freezing cold. And yeah, so time ran out. I got out and I was just, I didn't really feel too much. I think because I was just so worked up of like, I didn't want to die in there. But I did feel energized. Like I felt like, hey, I was just in a tundra for 2 minutes.
Rush of adrenaline.
Yeah. But that was my experience with the cryo. And you're going to have to go.
Things I won't do.
Yeah, we're going to get you in there.
I'm in for the sauna. I'll sauna.
We'll do an episode in the cryo.
I won't be talking. Yeah, it's not of any interest to me, but I'm happy you did it. It's good. You're warming up with your yellow light therapy behind you, so that's something too.
Yeah, you always got to be recovering, Tanner. When you get as old as I am,
yeah, well,
you'll get there one day.
Never will.
No.
I'm a man of peak fitness. Men's Health is actually thinking about doing an article on me.
This is not true at all.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Speaking of fitness, did you play any golf lately?
I just spent 4 hours at Topgolf Monday night. That was too much.
No.
No, got some golf plans coming up July 4th.
We're going golfing.
Yeah. Show you how it's done.
Probably.
Dominated at Topgolf though.
I will tell you, last time I went golfing with Brett, did I tell you? My
scold one into the
line drived ground ball right into the hole.
Anyway works.
Hey, it was the highlight of my day, besides me being a father, because it was on Father's Day.
There's no pictures. It's was it for, what'd you get? Was it birdie? Was it par?
No, the
Bogey?
bad thing, it was for par, and I was like, still chipping.
How was the rest of the round?
Not good.
Yeah, no, excited for the golf on the 4th. Ready to tear it up.
So tell me a little more about kind of. Are you doing anything? Because I know you handle states, right?
States and Fed.
So you do. You also do Fed on the individual side.
Yes. So I'll do the majority of those. Every now and then, Susan will pick up a couple, but she's more focused on business and the business states. And then depending upon what the Fed update is, if it's related to forms-based calcs and all those kind of updates, I'll take them. But if it's more software-based, different reporting type things, I'll take a few of those, but a lot of them is handled by like Mike or Javier, usually on those. But because some of the finer tunings, the way you got to test them or look at them is a little bit different than how I would look at a federal form or a state form, looking through calculations. So initially, into December throughout January is pretty well all state form testing, initial release testing, and going through and making sure those are functional and working as they should be according to the new changes and all those kind of calculations that go into that, double checking those, and then back and forth between the state analysts and the engineering team to make those changes, and hopefully nothing else was broken in the process of fixing the certain issues.
That's cool. I don't know if I could do that. I know you guys are really good at what you do, and Mike handles that part, and I think that's
It runs pretty smoothly, except for it's a lot, especially when there's now 44 states that have state taxes. So going through all those is just, you deal with the time that you have, because obviously certain states like California, New York, and states like that have a very intricate tax system that you could, in theory, spend weeks and weeks upon testing to go through all the forms. But for the most part, the state teams and Fed teams, they do a great job of getting them pretty ready. So makes my job a little easier.
Nice. I think we lost track. I was still want to talk about these trade shows. So, yeah, we're going to a lot more this year. We do have an NATP event coming up as well, Taxposium. So that's just the tax professionals organization. So those are new for us this year as well.
And another Vegas event.
Yeah, the ABTP National Tax Conference. That one's in Vegas, coming up soon. Got a couple people going out there. That one's brand new for us. Have you ever been to you've been to the IRS ones, haven't you?
Yeah. Been to a few of them.
Do you get, you don't go to these to get your credits, do you? Or you just do yours online?
I used to.
Okay.
Yeah. Done a few of them.
Well, I think, for us, obviously the customers are out there, right?
Right.
So we want to be in front and center of them. They always have the exhibit halls where all the companies that have anything to do with taxes. Even I've seen, we went to the CPA show. They had a booth there where it was just like a recovery. Like I was walking by and they're like, "Hey, sit down. Boom. Here's a massage gun. Boom, boom, boom." And they're
really?
trying to sell massage guns and stuff like that to CPAs, which, hey, do your thing. But yeah, the trade shows for us is is a good opportunity for not only us to see our customers, to be out there in front and center, showing our latest products, actually being in the community, but also, to see other vendors and other exhibitors as well in the industry and learn from those businesses. There's a lot of companies out there that are just new, especially with AI.
Yeah.
This Chat GPT thing is taken off. AI is about to take over the world.
You see they're doing a Chat GPT conference in Tampa?
I thought I saw one the other day, doom scrolling, but yeah, yeah, I don't know. Do you leave there with like a chip in your head?
Probably. I think that's required to enter.
You have to get the chip and then
it's like there's no speaker, they just chip you and the information's downloaded.
Yeah, it's just instant download.
It's a pretty short conference, really.
Yeah, you get a bagel and you're out. But yeah, no, I mean, it gives us a good opportunity to see what else is out there as far as other businesses we want to partner with, or develop some kind of relationship. It's great. I think the tickets for like an attendee. Do you remember how much they are? They're probably not like that expensive. The traveling's probably the most expensive
for the shows.
Mm-hmm. I want to say it's like
the
$150.
The early ones, it's like $250 now. I think for like the early bird specials is $250, and then post certain dates, getting closer to the event, it might be like $350 or something. It's not awful as compared to like some of the ones I've been looking at, which I want to go to this one. It's Western. It's called Western something. There's a conference in Maui.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to go to that one?
It's only $4. It's only $4,000. I think I could get
there you go.
reimbursed for that.
That's why you don't want to go to that one. But yeah, so we have a ton of these in Orlando, which benefit us, a lot here on costs associated with those things. I think there's another IRS one in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Batul, can you scroll down on that page a little more?
Is there a San Diego one?
Yeah, we have the one in Dallas. That they didn't do Dallas last year, I don't think.
That's a new one.
And then San Diego, and then we're doing another NATP event in Vegas at the Caesars Palace. And then ending the year right now, we may add some more Ngozi National Service Bureau Conference. So that's like a service bureau conference, brand new this year in Houston, Texas. So
that's interesting.
But yeah, I think these trade shows are, they're always packed.
Yeah.
People are always going to these things.
Always full.
A lot of these tax professionals have other businesses on the side, but seem to make time to attend these. And then once you get to the more, the IRS ones, they have like a big, CPE showing there. Right. But yeah, it's interesting to see, some of these events that we haven't done this year.
It'll be good to go to those and get some new people that haven't heard of CrossLink before, potentially to reconsider.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with, some of the things that we're looking to come out with in the next couple of years. We got to get out in front of everyone and let them know, we're here and also looking to see what else is out there.
Right.
Tons of, just blows your mind of how many businesses are actually out there. We're a software company. There's a handful that I see all the time out there. And then, but there's all these other little intricate pieces, especially in the CPA industry where people run their whole business off of, platforms. And then you have all the, ancillary products out there, the banking partners. So they're all there. Everyone wants to see them. And it's good to see those people because a lot of those people you develop relationships with. And to kind of reconnect at these events is always a good time. People always do dinners, get a little crazy.
I miss the dinners.
Yeah. So, you remember, I think it was at an IRS conference me and you went to back in the day. We went to that chop house. Did you go to that one?
Was that the one that Brian almost choked on a salad at?
I wasn't at that one, but you did tell me the story. No, this one was like, I don't know. It was a chop house, and they had really good lamb there. I'm always there for Fogo? Good food. I don't know what it was called.
The steakhouse?
Yeah.
Brazilian steakhouse?
You just raise your hand.
You just got a green card.
Yeah, you just give me more meat. Yeah. They had to kick me out of that place.
It was an interesting, meaty, sweaty kind of evening for you.
Meat sweats.
But yeah, no, Brian choked on a salad at Gibbons in Chicago. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Everybody else was very concerned.
Not you, obviously.
I gave him a pat on the back. He was fine.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
Yeah, there's a lot of trade shows this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely kind of switched venues for the IRS because normally there was, I think, Louisiana and Atlanta in there.
Yeah, they did
Texas
New Orleans.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it New Orleans, Orlando, San Diego?
Chicago, Maryland.
Yeah. No, they did yeah. So, yeah, should be good, interesting. Even more interesting than next week when I dominate you on the golf course.
That's yet to be seen and never has happened before.
Yeah. We'll try to record another episode next week.
Let's do it.
That might be before the golf showdown, but at least we'll...
Probably not Monday.
Yeah, probably not Monday.
You don't want me on Monday.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for rebooting the podcast with me and breaking in the new studio.